Recently, I went to a Jeep Dodge Ram dealership around my area. You see this big boy TRX being listed for over $106,000. And so these vehicles are still overpriced. And yes, this is a performance pickup truck, but it's still overpriced. And on this dealership, you had rows of regular Ram 1500s, close to 70K for a basic trim, and they're charging extra for a bed liner. Like, come on, you all. And then you had Chargers, you had Challengers. For example, you had this Charger Scat Pack. It is the performance one. I do like the way they drive, but they're selling these for over $61,000. This does have like the satin hood, the plus group, and everything like that, but it's just still pricey. And I looked online; they're offering a few incentives, but just 500, $1,000 off of these high priced vehicles is not enough. Now, overall, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep, I noticed it wasn't as packed as Ford dealerships that I went to. And that's because they are offering a little bit more incentives than Ford dealership. You all make sure you all subscribe to this channel. We are almost at 800 subscribers, so make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I'm about to get into FCA Stellantis, which is over Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. We're going to look at their sales and see how they're not selling as much vehicles as they did last year. We're looking at the parent company of Jeep, Dodge, Ram sales figures for quarter two of 2023. Right out the bat, Jeep is down 12% year over year. Well, year to date compared to year to date around this time last year. This is huge for Jeep. And some of their biggest losers are some of their most popular brands. So, or models. So you have the Wrangler, they're down 13% for quarter two. The Gladiator, which is essentially the pickup version of the Wrangler, is down 34%. The Cherokee is down 35%. The Grand Cherokee is actually the only model, well, one of the only models. And then the Compass, I'm surprised actually the Compass is this high, but the Compass and the Grand Cherokee are the only ones that have positive change for quarter two sales. And then you have the Renegade that's down, the Wagoneer, and the Grand Wagoneer that's down. And it's interesting to see that these models that Jeep is really trying to push their customers, like the Wagoneer, the Grand Wagoneer, smaller vehicles like the Renegade and the Cherokee, they're all not doing that well, right? As they move away from the V8 power and they use their Hurricane engines, the inline sixes, the inline fours, they're just not doing as well. And overall, they're down 12% for the year. So first quarter, they did do super bad. And then you see second quarter, they're already down 3% quarter over quarter. Now looking at Ram pickup trucks. Now Ram was even. No huge change happening to Ram trucks. They sold around 117,000 last quarter, but they are down year to date 9% compared to year to date around this time in 2022. So overall, they are down. And so it's interesting, like as you saw at the dealership, there was still a good amount of Ram pickup trucks that were just sitting on that lot. And if you're only going to offer 500, even 1,000, yes, it does help for an incentive. But for these $70,000 trucks, you got to do something more than that. And I know there are some dealerships that offer way more savings, close to like 10% off of MSRP. You can find the forums at different dealerships. Those are great. Chrysler brand is up. It's up 23%, and that's mainly because of Pacifica. People love these minivans for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe because you kind of get luxury in the minivan and the functionality, but people are loving them. Dodge brand is actually up 31% and up 37%. However, I noticed the Challenger actually dipped low. They're down 11%, right? They're down 11% for the quarter. The Charger is up 7%, right? And of course, these are the last calls, and so people are trying to get the Charger and Challengers. But it seems like people are gravitated more to the Charger because it's four-door. You have more usability with it and whatnot. So they are actually up 7%. And overall, the Challenger is down 5% year to date. And so that's something interesting to consider. Now, the Durango, I don't know what happened here, but they're up 82% year to date. People are really trying to get their V8 Durango. I don't know if I know they're not. I think they are selling the Hellcat version and the SRT version of the Durango. They're not showing selling the Trackhawk or the SRT for the Grand Cherokee. But the Durango, they're still selling them. And so maybe that's part of the reason some, last call and things of that nature. So yeah, they are up overall. And so that's interesting just to see this information. Now, Fiat brand and Alfa Romeo just still hasn't really crossed over to the American consumers yet, and so yeah, they're down. And I think they're probably closing out the Fiat brand around here. But yeah, overall, the Chrysler brand because of the Pacifica, and then the Dodge brand mainly because of the Durango are the ones doing well. Jeep is down and the Ram pickup trucks are down. So let me know you all's thoughts on these sales figures from FCA. What are you seeing in your market in regards to dealerships and trucks being sitting on dealerships lots and things of that nature? You all, we're almost at 800 subscribers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, you all. Talk to y'all later.